and it looks like investors may have to wait to cash in on Twitter. At least that's what the company's COO told Chris Valerio at last night's Bloomberg tech panel. She is joining us now dark and early. We so appreciate it from San Francisco. So, Chris, tell us more about your conversation.
Well, Deirdre, you know, Dick Costolo telling me last night that he plans on spending the next year figuring out how to make money and not necessarily on how to have an IPO.
I think that now is not the time in Twitter's life to think about the exit. Now is the time in the life of Twitter to think about the entrance. We've got markets that we want to enter. We've got a business that we want to build. We've got expectations that we need to live up to.
Now, Costolo sees revenue growth in two specific areas, you guys. So let me break it down for you. Number one, he plans on experimenting with an advertising platform. We've heard a little bit about it. He says he plans on seeing that happen, quote, very soon. Also, he hopes to kind of build out the commercial accounts. He's essentially let businesses monitor tweet traffic. Another source of revenue to remember is the distribution deals. Remember, this is like the one it struck with Microsoft and Google. Costolo telling me that he sees Twitter signing at least 10 more distribution deals. And he said, by the way, he plans on stressing a big international push.
Chris, we know that Twitter is now valued at about $1 billion. What did Costolo say about that?
It's a large number, isn't it? I mean, when you consider what this company is actually making right now. One of the questions I posed to him was whether Twitter's revenue this year in 2010 is actually going to merit that kind of valuation. And he was pretty frank with me.
We have to catch up to our valuation. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, we know we have to catch up to our valuation. One of the things we've talked to ourselves about internally is the fact that, look, we've gone out, we've raised all this money, we've created this global brand. It's one of the fastest, if not the fastest, you know, growing global brand in the history of the world. Now we have to go build a business that lives up to that valuation.
Now, does that happen this year? Well, Costolo says he's not so sure, but he is sure that they are going to maintain an aggressive stance in acquisitions if the opportunities present themselves and if they're in the areas that the business wants to grow. So interesting, Deirdre and Eric, everybody's talking about a Twitter IPO, Twitter IPO. What he talked a lot about last night was how they want to continue to grow acquisitions. So interesting to see how it's going to play out. Back to you guys.
Chris, thanks so much.